You all know us by now. It's Bex and Henry.
What's up?
The Game Pass guys. Well, guess what? We're going to talk more about Game Pass.
Nice. We've got a new update that's just dropped in, but actually in the last video, there was quite a big game that I forgot to mention.
How could you?
Well, how could I? It's because it hadn't been announced by the time we made the video. But I'm going to tell you about it now. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, possibly one of our favorite games that came out last year, is now in Game Pass thanks to EA Play. So you can check it out for yourself. It's a great game. It's such a well-made sequel in that it addresses a lot of what happened in the first game, pushes that genre forward and pushes the story, all the mechanics. If you're into Souls-like or just a Star Wars fan, this is a game for you. And so check it out. It's been out for about a couple of weeks now on Game Pass, and you'd be stupid not to play it, to be honest. It's so good.
Cal Kestis is the GOAT.
And he's got even more customization options in this game.
There's a
Some
mullet.
of them. Yeah, there is a mullet. There's an achievement while using the mullet too, which is fun. I did get all the achievements, so I know these things. But what about this month? So we've got quite a few bangers.
Yeah,
especially one for you, because I know that you are a big fan of Lara and her adventures. So
the most iconic video game character. She was recently voted Lara Croft.
That's right.
And this time, last month, we actually spoke about Shadow of the Tomb Raider dropping into Game Pass, which is the third out of this new trilogy of games, let's call it. Yep. But now we've got the definitive edition of Tomb Raider, which is the first one out of that trilogy. So all three of those are now playable on Game Pass. It's really cool.
They're kind of doing it like Star Wars in that they're going middle, end, then back to the start. Yeah. So I like it. Yeah.
Nice one, Game Pass.
Thanks, Game Pass.
This game, it features a much younger Lara. It's kind of like her first sort of adventure out into the world, and features more of a grittier and I guess less experienced journey as well, because you're just learning along as Lara grows up throughout the game as well. But I loved this game specifically, and I loved the second one, and I haven't finished Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet, which I can't wait to do.
I always found it really refreshing to see that they've taken a character that in the past, in the old games, people loved them mainly more mechanics wise, but also identifying quite well with the character. This trilogy, from what I know, it really dives into what has helped form Lara Croft from going to be just Lara Croft to the Tomb Raider, and all of the emotional baggage that has come with it, her journey through that, how she's dealt with it via the interaction she has with the world. And the gameplay is really rock solid as well. There's action adventure elements to it, but it lets the player sort of play it in their own way, and definitely that evolves through the sequels as well and the rest of the trilogy.
Yep, you've got a bit of everything, like you say, loads of action, loads of stealthy bits if you fancy that, and of course, wouldn't be a Tomb Raider game without some good old-fashioned puzzle solving too. So lots of fun there. It's
a definitive edition, so there is a bit of DLC included. You're quite literally getting the best version of the game on Game Pass with FPS boost. It looks class. And coming out May 2nd, so pretty close. And then a few days after that, we get another drop, which is Conan 2 Brummy. Don't know if I'm saying it right.
Brummy.
You let us know. You figure it out. That's hitting on 7th of May, and this is for the people out there who like to put their thinking cap on, go for a bit of a mystery, uncover something a bit sinister, a bit creepy. It ticks a lot of those boxes for me.
Yeah, definitely. If you've been enjoying Alan Wake or Alan Wake 2 recently, I think this might fill an Alan-shaped hole, because it gives that same sort of vibes. Mystery man exploring a town that you need to uncover scary mystery for, and it's set in quite how do you call it, isolated part of the world as well. So
Canada.
The isolated area of Canada. So yeah, you're gonna have to go against the odds of nature.
Yeah, it looks rough. Exploring. Like the weather is quite intense there. There's like winds and snows and storms, and at least you get to ride a sleigh with loads of huskies on it to get around, that's cute. Hopefully you can pet the dog in it. I don't actually know. Oh, sorry, it's coming through live. You can pet the dog. Excellent stuff. And you get an achievement for it, I've just heard. But yeah, it seems really cool. There's definitely some supernatural vibes going on, and it's going to be up to you to figure that out, see where the story takes you. At the very least, though, it'll look gorgeous because on Series X it's 4K as well. So lovely stuff. I can't wait to try that one out. I'm going to need to play the first one, I think, before diving into that one, because it does seem to continue the narrative on it. So good news is it's there. I can play it. Yes, exactly. All right, what else we got? Oh. Your turn. No. No.
Next one.
I'll be the city.
Okay.
Beep, beep. Get out of the way!
Charley's new favorite game drops into Game Pass super soon. Little Kitty, Big City.
We've had games like Stray before, where it's like obviously really cool to explore and isolate, like really condensed version of somewhere. But this is the big city. We get to go everywhere, and exploring that as a cat just seems like a really fun time. And I love that we get these chill games on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And so it's a day one release, which is great. So as soon as it drops, available on Xbox, you can play it via Game Pass. And it's just there's gonna be so much stuff to explore, mess about with.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a cat. You're there to just muck about and annoy people in a way. I have a cat. I know what it's like.
An agent of chaos is your only task this game. I think you can like play about with people's like cell phones and stuff, or also like trip them up.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, maybe like pick up and steal lots of other things, and definitely explore like parkour across all of the city, get up to mischief that way. But most importantly, you can also wear adorable little hats on your cats.
I love wearing hats, so I'm down for this. You can play it on console, PC, and cloud. I think cloud's going to be a really nice way to play it. You're just chilling on the couch on your phone, explore the city a bit, and I think it's a gorgeous presentation style for it as well. It's like really colourful, really bright, and so this is great. You know, for any cat owner, anyone looking for a chill time, but also for younger members of the family as well. This is a fun way for them to get into gaming, maybe. So, yeah, go check that one out. May 9th, console, PC, cloud, Little Kitty, Big City. Slightly less chaotic than that, though, we then get Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which I think a lot of people already know is an absolutely quality story.
This, of course, was the first kind of dipping the toes from Hazelight and Joseph Fares into making games that feature two prominent characters that you can control, or how their relationship interacts with each other. Of course, since then we've had A Way Out and It Takes Two, award-winning, fantastic co-op experiences. But Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, you might have the two characters you're controlling, but it is in fact a single-player experience.
Yeah, it's a unique way to tackle that idea of how do you make sure the player feels responsible for both of these characters, whilst also allowing you to separately control them, to tackle puzzles, to tackle boss moments. You know, it is very much a narrative-led game, but there's a lot of interesting things that they did with it that I don't think we've really seen since, actually. Not executed at this scale anyway. These two brothers, their dad is in trouble. He's got issues with his health, and they're looking for a way to save him and help him, and you are now responsible for the two of them. It's almost like you're sort of taking on a guiding role for them to move them through the story. I don't want to say too much, because I think it's just one of those games that everyone should play and experience. It's not too long either. Most people can finish it in about 3-4 hours at most. So this is a great compact narrative that you will walk away from feeling great having played it. Maybe a bit sad, but great nonetheless. And yeah, it looks good. And if you really love it, after it drops on May 9th, you can then try the recently remade version for some juiced up graphics. But I mean, the original still looks great, and it's a beautiful art style too. So yeah, one to play for sure.
Charley and I were literally just discussing in another video about our favorite narrative games, or single player storylines as well, and Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons should absolutely be up there as well. So good. Henry, by the way, I need to talk to you about a game that joined Game Pass quite recently that I've been loving so far. It's a Souls-like.
No. You and Souls-likes, really?
Couldn't be me.
What a surprise.
But not how you expect. It's called Another Crab's Treasure.
Yeah, it
Did
does
you play
look quality.
it at Gamescom?
No, I didn't get the chance to.
Okay.
Quite busy. I managed to play Stalker 2.
That's cool.
So that was fun. But yeah, I didn't get some time with Another Crab's Treasure. But it looks so good.
It's so good. I cannot recommend it enough. You'll have to check it out, seeing as you love Jedi Survivor so much.
Yeah. It looks like deceptively cute, knowing that Souls-like games can have really brutal fights in it. The art style looks fun. And it's voice acted as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Some of it's voice acted.
Great.
It's a mix.
That's great.
It's so funny. Yeah, the little crab's voice is so cute. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at how difficult it is. There's loads of quite fun accessibility options to fine-tune your experience. Charley and I played it on stream recently as well, and we gave the crab a gun.
Sick.
Which isn't something I'd ever expect in a video game, but then why would it not?
That's why games are great. They can do anything. I've actually been playing Hellblade, the first one,
Okay.
in preparation for the second one. And, you know, it's a game that's actually taken me a really long time to finish. And it's not actually a long game by any stretch of the imagination. It should only take you about 7-8 hours to play through the first game. And if you want to get all the achievements, because there are some collectibles to get. But it's prepped me for Hellblade 2, definitely, because the story is important, and seeing Senua's journey through the task of trying to reclaim her lover's soul from hell. And it still blows my mind because it's a game that came out, I think, 8 years ago? And still looks absolutely mind-blowing. Like, they were really pushing the tech at the time, Ninja Theory, and I think even by today's standards, that game still is. It's a wicked experience. Like I said, not too long to play, and Hellblade 2 is coming out on May 21st, which is a day before my birthday, so you lot better comment about that, all right?
Happy birthday, Henry. Thank
you. It's too soon. But, you know, that's bad luck, apparently, to tell someone happy birthday before their birthday. So, happy birthday to you as well. Right, Hellblade 2. This is a big one. This is a huge game. For me, I think this looks like it's going to blow people's minds. It is continuing the story, like I was just saying. So we're going to, if you haven't played the first game, it might be tough, but I would recommend that you do, because this is like a studio firing on all cylinders, consulting with experts about psychosis and its experience of the world, but also just building really interesting characters around that experience. Although that is like a huge part of Senua's life, she does have other things going on that she's also trying to just work through and achieve. And all of the dev diaries they've ever done are such good insights into the work that goes into making a game like Senua's Saga. I'm just so excited about it. Everything about it looks like possibly the highest quality game ever made. It's bonkers. You are still playing as Senua, but now she's in this new chapter of her life. She's going to be exploring Iceland, which is cool. So she's moved on from Helheim. So there's less of the Norse mythology stuff, and it's a bit more grounded in the real world, but it's still the real world as experienced through Senua's eyes. So yeah, it looks sick. Knowing Game Pass, though, there's probably going to be a lot more surprises this month, so if you do want to hear about them first, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and drop us a comment. Tell us what you've been playing on Game Pass. Yeah. I've been having loads of fun with Hellblade. I've actually playing another Crab's Treasure. What about you? See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.